I'm Ruth the Truth Torres. Let's talk about our need for government reform and voting rights to make sure that every vote counts. Aren't you tired of elected officials that fail to actually work for us, the people? Those who spend more time posturing for the media with one-liners and lacking the ability to work with members of the opposing party and even their own party, and not caring about the people they are supposed to represent or how their actions affect us. Well, so am I. And the first people that need pay freezes are members of Congress before any government shutdown, because they have failed to work for us. I am committed to serve, to working and compromising for results that protect and provide for the people of District 5. Government officials should not be allowed to abuse their authority for campaign kickbacks or insider stock trades, or to violate laws that taxpayers then have to pay for. No one should be above the law, especially those who write and are supposed to enforce the laws. Did you know that ever since the Supreme Court overruled Citizens United, that there is billions in dark money donations that buy seats for politicians, whom are then influenced by those donors to give the laws that they vote for, like laws that benefit the wealthy. So we might have a little bit, but they get triple or more than that. These laws that increase our deficit and give special treatment, like taxpayer-funded corporate welfare subsidies of over $100 billion annually. Do you believe people should have fair representation with maps and laws that make sense? Did you know that Texas has some of the worst gerrymandered maps in the country? We have neighbors that are in completely different districts. Together, we can reform our government with voter rights and campaign reform, opposing gerrymandered maps and policies that reduce the voices of voters, including supporting the Freedom to Vote John R. Lewis Act and For the People Act, to protect the Voting Rights Act and stop the sale of laws to Judas politicians, those elected and appointed that are supposed to work for us, but instead sell us out for their own profit. I personally uncovered and reported government corruption to enforcement agencies and have been fighting in court actions ever since 2016, because local and state officials violated state and federal laws to rob workers at DFW Airport of wages and benefits. And I experienced the retaliation of being a whistleblower, trying to hold government officials accountable to comply with the laws that they write and are supposed to enforce. I realized the level of corruption and many political games used to control and disenfranchise voters for the purpose of power and greed. That's why I'll work for increased protections for whistleblowers and legislation that ensures accountability in government so that every vote counts at an equal value. Will you rise to vote in unity, to shore up the purpose and integrity of every branch of our government, preventing it from being chopped down and sold to the highest bidder? To stop the 1% from buying seats for Judas politicians elected to protect us, but instead sell us out, the 99% of us, for their own profit? Will you vote for a government that works for the people with balanced solutions and reforms, to require our Constitution's contractual obligation to ensure to equally provide each of us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Your vote builds a future where every voice is heard, every person is valued, and every vote counts for an accountable government by the people, for the people of District 5, for Texas, and for a United States of America. I will represent the interests of everyone in CD5, every race, every political party, every socioeconomic status, in large cities to tiny towns, because everyone is equally important. The people of District 5 deserve an ethical, accountable government. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. Please connect on social media, subscribe to the newsletter, and sign up to volunteer on the Get Involved page above. I look forward to connecting with you and seeing you vote for Ruth the Truth Torres for U.S. Congress, Texas District 5, allowing me to work for the policies you deserve.